Sarah Huckabee Sanders is the Republican governor of Arkansas, a state that is not doing too well by any stretch of the imagination. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is bravely banning woke words. Wow, what a powerful thing. Take a look at this. Yahoo News reports via Huffington Post. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has signed an executive order banning woke and anti-women words from state documents. Here is Sarah Huckabee Sanders herself gleefully announcing that they are banning certain words. What do you make of that, huh? Take a listen.
It's great to stand up here with some of the most influential and amazing women from across our state. We are all here to say, frankly, that we've had enough.
Really?
Enough trying to erase women and girls, enough denying our biological differences from men, and enough of the craziness that is taking over our country. I've had the honor of being both the first woman and the first mother to serve as the governor of Arkansas. Before that, I was the first mother and only the third woman to serve as the White House press secretary. Because of that, I came into this role with a few pretty unique experiences. Among them is giving birth to 3 amazing kids. That experience underscored to me that a woman's perspective is important and fundamentally different from a man's. Nowadays, though, only conservatives seem to be making that point. On the left, women have taken a back seat to political correctness.
Really?
It's why Senator Irving and Representative Barker had to pass the Fairness in Women's Sports Act to defend our girls across the state. They're using nonsense words to erase women and girls, and more importantly, to erase our voices and our experiences. Today, we're taking a stand against woke nonsense. What frankly started as a fad among a few grad students has seeped down into corporations, the healthcare industry, and increasingly state government. It's demeaning to women, and it needs to stop. In a moment, I'll sign an executive order banning a number of all sorts of ridiculous words from state government documents. Those include words like pregnant people, laboring person, birth giver, and several other nonsense terms that have cropped up in recent years. Some on the left will accuse us of being nitpicky, that Arkansas should just lay down and accept the cultural revolution without complaint.
Listen, it's not about being nitpicky. It's about the disaster that is Arkansas, and this is what's happening. Like, forget about the fact that she bought some $19,000 lectern and there's possible corruption, and forget about that. That is also a distraction, obviously. We can all recognize there is a difference between a biological woman and a trans woman. For example, if a trans woman goes to an OBGYN and says, I'm having period pain around my period, the OBGYN would rightly say, oh, you don't have the biology that allows that to be a thing, right? So none of us are denying there is a difference in a medical context or whatever the case may be. The issue here is supposed small government conservatives are banning a list of words, and they're doing it in a state that has the 6th highest poverty rate in the country and the 3rd lowest median income in the country. Education is a disaster. Access to healthcare is a disaster. Crime is higher than average. Infrastructure is... It's a disaster. This isn't an attack on the people of Arkansas. They've been led by bad leaders for a very long time. There are so many real problems to fix. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders is banning a list of words. So in the book I'm working on, in my forthcoming book, I have actually, there's numerous chapters that relate to this. There's a chapter on how we got to this point where the Republican Party has abandoned actually trying to win on policy and instead is trying to win on contrived social and cultural issues. For example, banning a list of words. This is, I'm constantly having to go back to chapters I think I'm done with and update them with new examples of things that are going on. This is the prototypical example of that. Our interest going forward is in a different chapter in my book, which is how do you defeat a party that isn't even running on policy. They're not even pretending to be about policy. They're about stuff like this and trans women in sports and litter boxes in bathrooms and this sort of thing. A major topic, certainly, in the book, and a major topic right now. And the practical interest, obviously, is we have an election coming up. Now we're a year and a week or so, a year and 10 days from this next major election of significant impact. And if Democrats and left-wing candidates don't understand how you run against this stuff, then they're going to lose. And so that should be our priority, figuring out how do we take this nonsense, right? I am bravely banning the words from state documents, which does nothing to help anybody. I mean, when was someone damaged in Arkansas by the word pregnant person? But when was anyone damaged by that? I looked. I wasn't able to find any even alleged instance of that damaging anybody. Figuring out how to defeat these people is the number one priority. So let's take a break. We will continue talking about this as we get closer to the election. And if you have ideas as to how you run against people who are running on this sort of contrived nonsense, certainly email in info@davidpakman.com.